Hello, let's learn about the Immersive Reader and the different features you can use. Let's begin by looking at this page. If we notice, we have headers, and we have an icon, and we have pictures. When I click on the Immersive Reader, the entire format of the page is going to change. So I clicked on the button, and notice that now I only have text. That's all we have on the page, because what the Immersive Reader does is read out loud for us. To begin reading out loud, we can click on the play button.
7.4 How to use the Immersive Reader in...
Okay. Now, when we click on the play button, we notice that it is a female voice and she's reading at a normal speed. If I want to change the speed and make it go slower, I can move the slider towards the little turtle, or I can move the slider towards the rabbit and it's going to read a lot faster. I can also change the voice, the gender. If I want female, I leave it as female, but if I want a male voice, I can change it to a male voice. I'm going to move the slider so that it goes a lot slower. Let's click on the play button to see what happens.
Canvas. Lesson objective. Open and use the Immersive Reader to...
That's a bit too slow for me, so I'm going to click back on voice settings. I'm going to move it back to 1, and I'm going to return it to the female voice. Let's look at the second option, which is up here, text preferences. When I click on this, I have a new menu that opens. In text preferences, we can change the size of the font. So here it is, I believe it's 36, but if I want it to be a lot smaller, I move the slider towards the smaller size. If I want it bigger, I keep moving it until I get the size that I want. Okay, this is a bit too big for me, so I'm going to keep it at 36. I can change the font style. Oops, let me go back. So I can click Sitka or Comic Sans, but I'm going to leave it at Calibri. I can also change the background if it helps me with reading the text, but I'm going to return it back to its original setting. And there's also more colors for you to choose from. Okay. The next button we're going to be looking at is grammar options. When I click on this, I can select the syllables button. When I turn this button on, we're going to have all of these words divided into syllables. So let's see what happens. Okay. So notice that now I have little dots between word segments. Okay. So if we look at the word immersive, we see that it is broken up into 1, 2, 3 syllables, and they're separated by these black dots. The word reader has 2 syllables, read-er. If you do not see dots between the words, that means that this word is only 1 syllable, such as what is the. It's 1 syllable. I'm going to click back on grammar options. I'm going to turn off the syllables button. If I want to learn which words on the page are nouns, I click on this nouns button. And now all of the words here on this page are in purple. I'm going to click back on grammar options. If I want to learn which words are verbs, now I see that they are red. I'm going to turn these buttons off. I can do the same thing for adjectives and adverbs. Okay. The last feature we are looking at is reading preferences. If I want to see what a word means, by default, this picture dictionary button is on. It's automatically on. So for example, if I click on the word read, I see the word read, and if I click on the little audio button, it'll be read out loud to me.
Read. Read.
And this is very useful if you need to learn the pronunciation of a word. But I also see a picture to represent the word read. Okay, let's go back to the Reading Preferences button. Now, I can translate, or if I need a word translated in my own home language, I'm going to select Spanish. Okay. If I click on the word read again, it has it in English and also in Spanish.
Leer.
Okay. Let's see, you.
Tú.
Okay. If I want to translate the entire document into Spanish, I click on this button. And now notice that everything is in Spanish. And will it read it to me in Spanish? I think so. Let's try.
7.4 Cómo usar el lector inmersivo en Canvas. Objetivo de la lección.
Okay. And then I can stop it. And notice that up here it says original and Spanish. I can click on original and everything changes back into English. And I can click on Spanish again and original again. So you can choose your language. So have fun with this. Find your language. So here's Vietnamese. We're going to translate the entire document into Vietnamese. And there it is. And I can have it read it out loud to me.
7.4 Cách sử dụng Immersive Reader trong Canvas.
Okay. And let's go back to original. And if I go back to Reading Preferences, I can turn off a document and Word if you want. Okay. Now to exit, all we do is click on this back button. And when we do, we are back in the original Canvas page. All right, students, that is it. I hope you found this video helpful. Best of luck to you.